Athletes and fans around the world, welcome to another Primetime Muscle. I'm Tim Wilkins, joined by two legends of the sport. One, an 8-time Miss Olympia, Linda Murray.
Hello, my friend.
Legend. Hello.
It is wonderful to have you with us, gracing and really raising our value considerably. Raising this is like when they put a nice house in a bad neighborhood. We're the bad neighborhood, just saying. Tarek, hello, my friend. Tarek Gindi.
Tim, I've judged 5 Olympias. She's won 8 Olympias. She's a legend. She's a legend. I'm just the judge. Okay? There's only one legend here. Her name is Linda Murray, and we're happy to be here with her. She's a fantastic addition to Primetime Muscle.
And we saged the seat before after Chris left.
Oh,
so you're
yes,
right. There would be
that's right.
no
No
Chris
bad. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm retired and done, so I got it all wrapped up. I'm good.
And no chance. A lot of people talking about coming back. No chance of coming back.
Oh, no, not for me. Not coming back. I got lots of brains now. Lots of. I love just sitting there and watching the comeback.
So you say, but there's a beautiful gym here at Olympia headquarters in this massive garage warehouse. And I've seen you come out of there and I've looked and thought, she could come back. She's 10 weeks out.
Oh, yeah. I like to always think I'm coming back. That's what I think about when I'm training. I think about coming back and looking good and walking up on the stage to pass out trophies to all these athletes. So, yeah, that's my comeback.
Well, Tarek, there are some people that were wondering where have they gone and are they coming back? And one was just a post not too long ago from the big Aussie Zom, Big Ramy.
Big Ramy won the Olympia in 2020 and 2021. Some people almost had him after he won the first time. Some people almost had him like, oh, here comes a dynasty, right? It was the COVID years. Big Ramy was always very beloved in the industry. And he comes in and battles with Brendan Curry, wins once, and then wins again. And then in his third year, which I believe once you win 3, then you go into the category of Serge Oliva and some of these guys. He had what I think is a nerve damage on his back. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at his mandatories, and when he turns to the back double biceps, he doesn't open his back. And we're like, what's going on here? This is the most unusual thing in the history of my judging career was when I was sitting there, a Mr. Olympia comes, he's doing his mandatories, everything seems to be okay, and then on the back double biceps, he doesn't open his back. He just kind of squeezed. And it turned out that he had a nerve damage on his back. Something was wrong. And then he goes to 5th place. He was very gracious in defeat. He's the first guy to hug Hadi Choopan in his victory. But at that point, we kind of went back to Ronnie Coleman. Once he had nerve damage, it was over, right? And many people associate. He went on to do the Arnold. The nerve damage was still there, maybe a little bit improved. But a lot of people associated with retirement. It's over for Big Ramy. He's saying that there's 80% chance that he's going to be at the 2025 Mr. Olympia. He doesn't need to qualify, right? I don't think...
As a former Mr. Olympia?
Yeah, he doesn't need to qualify. There's a 3-year rule, but you can send a letter to Jim and Jim can evaluate. I'm sure Jim will probably say, you know what, this guy won the Olympia 2 times. He just had an injury. Let's bring him back. But I don't know. I'm skeptical, guys. I'm skeptical because I love him. I saw what he could do. I just don't think that a nerve damage is something that you can come back from. I hope I'm wrong. I really do.
He tried every type of recovery modality. I heard there was some stem cell going on. He traveled around the world to try to find a way to get that to fire again. Now, emotionally, it's got to be tough. How far after being Miss Olympia did you ever fall in your placings?
How far? Well, in my attempt to break the record and place 7th, get the 7th title, I placed 2nd. So I've had 3 second place.
So you never, it was that year he was 6th or 5th?
5th.
5th. He dropped from Mr. Olympia to 5th that next year with the nerve damage.
Okay.
That's got to be emotionally hard.
Yeah. That definitely is emotionally hard. First of all, he's a young man. Secondly, we know what he's been telling us as far as what the situation is. But I think one of the things that's really nice about aging and stepping back and having some maturity, missing the sport. Like, people don't know what it's like until you're no longer competing, like, and you really get a chance to miss it. You can recover. He's a young man. You can sit back and then take a different approach to your training. I mean, I know when I returned to the Olympia, I had 5 years off, and I learned a lot in that 5 years. So when you're looking at that Miss Olympia in 2002, she's a very different woman than in the 90s, and I learned a lot, and I was wiser. And I had a knee injury that I was able to recover from, train smarter, take my time, warm up, and there are things that he will be willing to do where he can come back, because I would love to see Big Ramy back on the stage.
I would love to see him back. I couldn't imagine. I mean, the whole process of competition, there's so much passion and so much fire that it takes to stick to the food, to do the cardio, AM, PM, the workouts, the recovery, the whole process, and then get up there for that 30 seconds to 2 minutes and duke it out with the world. That process is addicted enough. Now, to have been Mr. Olympia twice, now add one more thing that you never got to do, I don't imagine. Go back to a home country, not a state, not a city, your home country, and you are, they're making statues of you and carrying you through the streets. The airport was packed, they had parades. I'd be hard to leave.
It's hard to leave. It really is. It's hard to leave. But again, what you were talking about with all of the stuff that we have to do to step on the stage, like, a lot of times athletes take that for granted, and they feel so good, and they've been doing it for so long, and they think that they're going to look that way the rest of their life. And then when you take a break, and it is very different from being Miss Olympia, Mr. Olympia, and retiring, but man, I tell you, you miss it. And you realize that nothing's going to make you look that good but stepping on stage in front of the judges, stepping on stage at the Olympia. None's going to make you eat that way, train that way, stay that focus to make that happen.
Man, I think if he comes back, the excitement is going to be huge. I really hope I'm wrong about this nerve damage. I really hope he can bring a physique that resembles 2020 and 2021. And if it does, I mean, guys, everybody is in trouble. Samson, Hadi, Derek, Nick, everybody is in trouble if Big Ramy shows up in his best shape, similar to 2020. I mean, it's going to be trouble.
Let's not forget this, and this is one of my favorite things about divisions like bikini and fitness, where at any one moment you could have 3, 4, 5 former Olympia champions. Yes, you've got Andrew Jack, who's improved completely. Martin Fitzwater, who came from somewhere last year to look amazing. Nick. But if Ramy is there, you could potentially have Hadi, Derek, Samson, Brandon Curry, and Ramy. You could have 5 Olympians, Mr. Olympia champions on that stage.
Well, that's got to be a first time in history.
I think
that shows. Go ahead, Linda.
I think that is the first time. I don't remember that many Olympia champions being on the stage at the Mr. Olympia at the same time.
In any division.
In any division.
Which it shows that we're living an unusual time. What does that mean? The history of bodybuilding is made out of dynasties. You don't have parity in bodybuilding. You don't have, this year somebody's going to win, that year somebody else is going to win. That's not the tradition. It's happening right now. It happened at some point when we had Samir Banu, Chris Dickerson, some of those guys. They had Franco for 2 years. You had the final year of Frank Zane. So we're living a very special time in bodybuilding where we have parity. One guy is winning and then another guy is winning. when Linda won, it was 8. Then Iris came in 10. Lee Haney 8. Dorian Wade 6. Phil Heath 7. So that is what's causing all these Mr. Olympias to compete against each other. The lack of one dynasty. Wow. And a lot of people say, well, you know, what's going on with bodybuilding? Somebody needs to dominate. Well, trust me, when somebody dominates like Phil Heath, all we heard is like, oh, who's going to play second, right? So we're living a great time. Enjoy. You don't know what's going to happen. Is it Derek? Is Samson going to keep? Is Hadi right now with an entire year off the next Mr. Olympia? Is Brandon Curry, after an astounding performance at the Arnold, coming back to say, I'm still one of the best? And is Big Ramy coming in and saying, guys, it was always mine. I'm coming here to collect again.
Or a new one like Andrew Jack. We will find that out this year at the Olympia. But we have one more when we come back to talk about in a different division who was one of the most favorite to ever do that part of the sport. And we'll disclose who that is and the chance of him coming back on Primetime Muscle. One of the OGs of men's physique, one of the greatest champions and biggest inspirations, Jeremy Buendia is teasing a comeback.
I freaking love Jeremy Bindia. Listen, I love the current champions, but nobody grew the men's physique category like Jeremy Bindia. Man, the shorts, the board shorts, they exploded in sales. The posing, his posing was so good. I'm judging in the Philippines, and these 19-year-old boys are trying to imitate Jeremy Bindia. In India, he had thousands of people behind. He was a movement. He was so charismatic. He would go in, win a show, get in a fight backstage, call out Kimoto to fight him on the streets. Then he would get the girlfriend. Then he would be at a pool party in Vegas. Jeremy was awesome. He was a movie character. I love it. He comes back. Right now, he's a bit different. He's married with kids. So he's a little bit more boring right now. But man, when he was young, he was a riot. I loved him. I mean, Jeremy is here. He had 2 drinks. He's going to get in a fight. He's going to win the show. Let's go, Jeremy!
Yeah, and that's still in him. It never goes away. I mean, he's handling it. He's married. He's
contained. He's
contained. But that makes it for exciting on stage. And you're right. I love the men's physique division, and he's done so much for men's physique. I would love for him to come back.
Now, that's another division that, thanks to Jeremy, has evolved greatly from the original look that they wanted, which was the attainable beach body. You'd look good in a catalog, to that guy's kind of thick and he used to be a bodybuilder.
No, listen, Jeremy started his career as a bodybuilder. He's from Northern California. He was a very good amateur bodybuilder. People don't know that. His intensity comes from those years of being a young bodybuilder. He also has a background in wrestler. Jeremy he's a wild animal. Now he's married with, he's got a beautiful daughter. I think his son
he's
too.
Adorable.
Yeah. So, and I think his wife was very important in his life to kind of bring him back and say, Jeremy, listen, I understand you need to have that savage side on you to protect the family, but with me, you need to be, you can enjoy, you can with the kids. And I think he's evolved as a man. We love it. But, in terms of entertaining, when he was a savage, man. I love that savage. He's going back on stage And trust me, I know this dog. He's not going there to get some praise because he was a former Olympia champion and he wants to have a go away party. I know Jeremy.
Does he have to requalify?
Going there. No, I think he's fine. He's going there to massacre the competition. He's not going there to say, I'm going to shake hands with Ryan Terry and give him a congratulations and then wave to the crowd and say, no. He's going there to win and to beat the hell out of those guys.
I've been on record here as kind of a Ryan Terry fan.
Yes, yes. I love Ryan Terry.
No,
I love
you
his
don't
physique.
love Ryan Terry.
I love his physique.
Tim win.
Oh, really? Like Tim?
Tim is a bromance. It's something very uncomfortable that Chris and I get uncomfortable when he talks about Ryan Terry. And I love Amber. She's a phenomenal woman. She's text messaged me many times and said, you know what, Tarek? I get uncomfortable when Tim talks about Ryan Terry.
I'm an Ali Bilal fan.
Okay. Yes, he's great.
But when I was coming up, like you had talked in a previous episode about having a poster of Lee Haney and kind of focusing and saying, I'm going to model my back workout and do this. My first 2 Masters Nationals, I watched every Jeremy Buendia training video on a loop. He's a huge inspiration to me. When I finally got to meet Jeremy, I said, this is really cool. And he was just a great guy. And his comeback, was it last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. And I think he was 8th. Not happy. He was not happy.
He's got the chest tear.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's part of it. And I think he had a video that he got injured again. So listen, the guy is in his early 30s. He started working out when he was a teenager. He won the Olympia Men's Physique 4 times. His body, just like any bodybuilder, has he's put on some injuries.
Yeah. So
it's normal.
Do you guys think that there's a challenge? I mean, with the men's physique division, just like we find in bikini, and then they've moved on and created also a fit model, that men's physique, and I know this from being a promoter, the numbers, like promoters, we love the numbers, and we love like the men out there that go and they see a Ryan Terry and they love his abdominals and they look at his physique and they think that this is attainable. Whereas Jeremy, he's been competing for quite some time. He's got that muscle maturity. He's got bigger, how can I say, his upper body development. It almost looks like he could kick off his board shorts and go and cross over into classic physique.
He's jacked.
He's jacked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's jacked. I mean...
This is something we deal with in feedback on the show all the time between our Instagram and the YouTube channel with people that are pro men's physique.
Yes.
And it's a big thing that just went around. Dan Solomon just made a statement on it. Arnold Schwarzenegger had some words to say about it at the Arnold Classic about the length of the shorts. And, I'm pretty adamant that the shorts are the right length, even with the shortening of them just a touch, for the division, the reason it was created and why it was created. Now, all that said, it has evolved. The guys are much bigger.
It's evolved.
You wonder, how Jeremy's going to fit into this new evolution of these physiques. But numbers-wise, here's my question for you. And I'll ask you as well, but it takes a woman's perspective on this one. When we talk about an attainable, attractive physique that a guy wants to diet down to and build up to body-wise, how many women are looking at the mass monsters and thinking, ooh, I want a piece of that? Or you're thinking, that guy in that board shorts would make a lovely partner.
Yeah.
What's the mindset for a woman that looks at physiques?
Well, I'm going to tell you for sure, because I've always had men's physique in my shows as a professional promoter and promoting IFBB shows. And there's something, like, I don't want to miss the men's physique. Like, I love my men bodybuilders.
Yes.
I love them absolutely. But when it comes to men's physique, it's like all the girls here, Wings of Strength knows, Linda, she's coming back. And I'm sitting there, and I like the little moves that they do with their... So I'm loving that.
Can you do that again?
I'm loving that.
Linda, can you do that again one more time?
Yeah, the little moves and And
So
they
you're-
just that move. That's so
hold on.
smooth.
We gotta explore that.
So
Linda
smooth.
Murray, 8-time
I love
Miss
men's
Olympia.
physique.
She digs the men's
I
physique,
really
guys.
do, and I do not miss them. And I've had them at every single one of my shows that I've had pro shows. I've always had men's physique. I know a lot of the guys. I know their names. They call me Auntie Linda, and that's okay because I get off of just sitting there and looking.
Is that
call
why
me
you
Auntie,
didn't-
but I'm
is-
just looking.
Is that why you didn't give Chris Bumstead the time of day when he came in? Chris Bumstead didn't want to take a picture with anybody. He goes, I want to take a picture with Linda. And he took a picture with Linda. He put it GOAT right there. Linda didn't even repost. Linda is like, I don't dig you, man. I'm sorry. I'm much more the men's physique guy.
Put on some
Guys,
Botox.
if you're a men's physique competitor, 8-time Miss Olympia, Linda Murray, she digs you guys.
August 15th to the 17th in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh my
Yes,
God!
I know.
Listen, I saw Chris Bumstead says after Linda Murray didn't repost, he had to repair his heart because his heart was broken. He had to endure the pain of knowing that he was not Linda Murray's favorite. But it's okay because now if you see Chris Bumstead, he's hitting some men's physique poses on his Instagram. If he takes some Pro Zero from Global Formulas, maybe he can get the attention of Linda Murray.
Yeah.
Well, that answers my question now because I didn't see you for a while. You feed everybody that works at your show. You had a beautiful buffet set up backstage.
yes.
You're back there personally setting out all the medals and trophies, getting everything squared away.
Yes.
But suddenly I saw you.
What's that you
During
saw
men's
me?
physique.
During men's physique,
That's why
right?
you
In the
were there.
audience,
Yeah.
right? Oh yeah, front row, front and center.
That answers a lot of questions.
Ask any of the girls. They will all tell you. They look at my face. They go back and forth. That was Linda. There you go.
All
Yeah, I
right.
know them. I'm a fan.
Well, share with us your preference, and of course, I know how a lot of you feel about men's physique. Very for it or very against it. We love your feedback. We've got one more, Jeremy. Before we get out of this segment, we really look forward to seeing you back on stage at the Olympia this year. So dial it in and come crush it. Let's do this. Tarek, we're going to talk about one of your favorite divisions that you have really brought to the forefront, and someone who is also talking about a big comeback this year. When we come back on Primetime Muscle. And we're back. Nobody knows wellness quite like Tarek El-Gindi.
There's a war in wellness.
Ooh.
Linda,
You're
there's a war.
loving it.
Listen, here's the deal, okay, guys? I always said some of these competitors, they hate each other. And some people wrote on the text messages, oh, Tarek, keep it positive. Oh, you know, they love each other, the sportsmanship. Shut the hell up. They hate each other. They hate each other. Francielle Matos does not like Isa Pereira and vice versa. Okay? I was right all the way. Francielle Matos posted on her Instagram, don't play stupid. You were trying to get in front of me when I beat you at the Mr. Olympia. Our relationship has been severed a long time ago. Isa Pereira went on a podcast in Brazil and she said, once I beat her, she changed. The relationship changed. She can't deal with the fact that I beat her. Guys, it's a war. They don't like each other. I was right all the way. The positivity is the competition. Linda Murray.
Ooh.
This is real.
Yes, it's real. I cannot wait to watch Francielle, Isa, and Eduarda.
Becerra.
Becerra.
Yeah.
This year's Olympia Wellness, cannot wait. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, and I agree with you 100% because I know the women. We all, nice and all that other stuff. But at the end of the day, especially I think in wellness, just when Isa won the Olympia, a couple people said to me that I was speechless, like, because I was doing the commentating, the pay-per-view, and I was kind of like, wow, like, I looked at Francielle, because I'm always for the champion, the current champ, and I'm looking at the current champ, and I remember what Isa said to Francielle at the press conference when she said, oh no, I'm new, it's me. So when it happened, Isa won, Francielle placed second. And then recently, when Isa had to go up at the Arnold and then kind of for the first time defend this is who I am. I'm the current Miss Olympia Wellness Champion. And the first person I thought of was Francielle. I was like, I know Francielle is saying, payback. Now you know what it feels like. And then I said, Francielle, she's going to come back with some strength. And she knows, like, it's Francielle, Isa, right? It's exciting. I can't wait to see and watch the Olympia.
The first shots of the glute war have been fired.
This is, Linda is right. People don't understand the nature, the instinct of women. I tell you guys, women are 10 times more competitive than men. I have here on my phone, okay, the women sending me messages saying, Tarek, how did I lose to this person? Okay, I'm being very, very. I could publish a book and be a millionaire with some of the stuff that's in this phone. Women hate losing to another women. They hate it.
Yes.
Okay, they hate it. When Francielle Matos lost to Isa Pereira, she went into her room and she hated. Isa Pereira lost to Eduarda Bezerra. They are very competitive. Women, they protect their children. Women, they protect their men. They don't want anything in the territory. Have you seen two women in a house? It doesn't matter if it's mother or daughter. My wife, she brings her mother to the house. They are very nice to each other for the first 2 days. On the third day, it's two female lioness. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And I hide in the room. Okay, I hide. I can stay with my father-in-law for about a week, and then we start bugging each other, but we're polite about it. You get two women in the house? No.
yeah.
It's one woman in the house.
I
agree.
I like the wrestling aspect to bodybuilding when it happens. Whether it's wellness or open bodybuilding, I like a good rivalry. I like a good, just that drive that somebody else gets when someone's talked trash.
Yes.
And they dig a little deeper. I like that. Sometimes it says, well, I'm just going to do my best and, show my parts up
A
there.
bunch of BS.
Come on, you want to win.
Bunch
You come
of
here for
BS.
second.
Right.
And let me tell you, it happens with the bikini competitors. I got messages, the bikini girls. It happens in figure. The wellness is like this. I know the Brazilians are more emotional. They're more emotional. So they are going to express themselves more than us Americans. I'm half American and half Brazilian, and I know the game. Brazilians are more emotional. So Francielle Matos, when she saw that Isa Pereira said that about her, her husband said, just ignore it. You know what I mean? Her husband said, just ignore it, baby. Just live your life. And she said, hell no.
Yes.
Hell no.
Yes.
I'm going to let her know, and I'm going to let every fan know. There is a war in the wellness. And I think it's great for the sport. Michael Jordan hated the opponents.
We, on this show, try to give people things they can take away to improve their lives. Guys, if your wife or girlfriend is ever having a really emotional time, just tell her calm down. That works every time.
Yeah.
Tell her forget about it. It's not that big a deal. Works every time. Like, no, it doesn't. Run.
Yeah.
Do not give your input.
Hey.
Shut. What's the word?
I run to the nap room.
You always say,
Shut the hell up.
that right there.
Let me tell you, after every show, like I love going to bodybuilding shows. I love sitting there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But after prejudging, I run. Because most of the women will come to me, I don't understand how she beat me. She had fat on her rear end. Because they're sizing each other up backstage. The women are, vicious.
I like it though. The only one that they haven't been for the longest time, fitness. They're crazy supportive of each other.
Oh, I don't know.
I know.
I don't know
about
about
that either.
Invite Whitney Jones and Missy Truscott for breakfast and see what happens. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. And Whitney is one of the nicest people in the world, but, you know, you don't want to cross her. And Missy Truscott is like,
She's not competitive.
you
Missy
know,
Truscott.
Missy Truscott, she didn't like the fact that Chris Cormier didn't pick her. And she let him know right after the Olympia. Since then, he's been a coward at picking people.
So she hadn't gotten to Chris yet, and I'm walking through the expo Saturday morning, and I feel a hand on my shoulder that turns me around. I'm a fairly good sized guy. I was off season at the time, maybe 225, 230. Flips me around. You tell that Chris Cormier he was wrong. You tell him.
Wow.
That was great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fitness, they're fierce. They're fierce competitors. They really are.
You know, I have a
They
wife.
play that. Dude, see, they're cheerleaders in disguise. Happy, rah, rah, rah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's about
That's
that
a
win.
great thing. Cheerleaders in disguise.
Cheerleaders in disguise.
Make that a title of a movie. What other big rivalries are we dealing with right now? We got who's in open that's.
Well, Derek and Nick Walker,
Yes.
they had a little bit. Nick Walker is like, I don't care who's there. Derek, whatever, I'm going to crush him. I like that, Nick Walker. Every competitor should think like that. I know Mike Sommerfeld and Urs Kalaczynski, they're both German, and they have a little bit of tension. You know, Aaron Banks, he's kind of containing himself, but Ali Bilal is on the move. And I can tell you, Ryan Terry is like, you know what? You know, you're talking too much. I've beaten you twice. So you're talking, I can just feel that by Ryan Terry. You know what I mean?
Aren't you cute, Mike? Keep it to
Yeah.
yourself. Keep it down.
You know, Ryan Terry is like Hugh Grant on Notting Hill.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
He's super nice, but if you mess it up, you know, I feel like Hugh Grant almost wanted to punch that roommate he had.
Yeah.
And I think Ryan Terry is like getting pissed at Ali Bilal.
I would think so.
Yeah. And you know, Sarah Viegas and Natalia, they love each other.
No, I am not diving into that one. I already got
know.
those emails. All right. Man, it's good to have you with us.
Yeah,
it flies
it's
by,
great.
doesn't it?
It's been great. Yeah, it flies by when you're having fun.
Yeah. So again, Linda, your show is August 15th to the 17th in Atlanta.
Yes, right.
You have multiple pro divisions.
9 pro divisions, all divisions except for wheelchair and open men.
And when I emceed the last time, we had a bunch of Masters pro divisions as well.
Yes, we'll have all the masters divisions for every division that we have in open.
Phenomenal. Derek, you are just this. Once the season kicks off, you just travel and don't look back.
Man, Romania twice, Japan twice, Mexico, Portugal. This first time I'm going to Alabama, judge a show. I'm everywhere. I love what I do. I love the competitors. I'm very grateful to the IFBB Pro League and the NPC. They give me the opportunity to judge these competitors. Next year, I'll complete 20 years judging. I started judging in 2006 under John Lindsay in Los Angeles, and Lincoln Swanson was the head judge. So next year, I complete 20 years from the first time I judge a bodybuilding show.
And if people want to see you, I, and Chris this weekend, they can come out to the Legion Sports.
OMG, the Legion Sports Festival is going to have Tim Wilkins on stage, Chris Cormier doing the commentating, and I'm going to be the head judge. If you're not at the Legion Sports Festival in Reno, Nevada, you're going to have a miserable life.
All right. Folks, thank you as always for joining us. Like, share, always subscribe, share us with your friends so they can enjoy the show as well. Give us your feedback. We look forward to it. Linda, Derek, thank you both.
You're welcome.
All right. We will see you on the next Primetime Muscle.